it's our second test. A nicer day, I think. It started off a bit damp, but we're waiting for the track to dry out a little bit, so we're going to probably delay our exit of the garage until probably 9:30, 9:45, just to give us a chance to get some dry running straight away. Yeah, really looking forward to the second test. We've got a new engine today, so we're going to run the engine in. We have the same team of students at this point. Due to the engine change, we wanted to keep the same data crew and make sure that the engine's running fine. But things seem to be ramping up at the university as well, so we're really happy that the team could be involved virtually with us today as well. So everyone's going to keep an eye on the car going around. We're looking for hopefully some better times today than we did the first test of the year. We've got a new tyre run and a new engine, so yeah, it looks promising for today. I think, like we said, we're going to let the track evolve a little bit and see how the track goes. There's a lot of cars here today. We're on an open pit lane, so the beauty of that is we can run when we like. The downside is there's a lot of traffic, so I think we'll let the traffic run and see how we look later on with a drier line and maybe the track's rub it in a little bit. But like we said, the new engine is a big factor. We basically running the engine in for next year and getting a head start really on data for the next season. So we started to make sure everything's running nicely. Again, at the end of the day, we want to be put some sensible lap times in and yeah, and go from there. And really no pressure day, but get some good data. Matt Fenton, as usual, our head engineer, motorsport engineer. So Matt's done a great job over the lockdown and the last few weeks, really getting the engine done. As you know, we haven't got students in the garage, so it's just me and Matt. So when we're live, we can have students at the garage, but only 4 per garage at Donington. So we've got Dan Bird, who's now leaving us to move on to better things in motorsport, which is great. So it's his final run with us, and he's been an amazing engineer, a data engineer and mechanic over the 3 years he's been with us. So it'd be great to see a good day with him. And we've got Kieran Masters, who's our newer, younger engineer, data engineer also. He's done a great job over lockdown, really sort of researching data, looking at run plans and trying to get the best out of our car. So yeah, unfortunately, like the other guys, can't be with us, but that will soon, I think, ease up a little bit and we can actually get the full team here and get on with it. Yeah, so we're basically on the national circuit today, so it's going to be short circuit, which we love, and we won on umpteen times. We've done the triple twice here, and we took a win in 2018, and so I don't think we've only been off the podium ever once in this car, which is great. It's a circuit that suits us, so we've got some big corners, big aero corners, that's why it's such a good test track. So yeah, the long run into Redgate, the first corner, is always a big stop there, but yeah, it's a rhythm track, so we need to keep rolling around the circuit nicely. But it should, like I say, if we can get that set up today, I think it'd be nice.
Cool. Shall we go and have a walk in the garage?
Yeah, sure. We've got down there, right down. As I mentioned, it's Matt Fenton, head motorsport race engineer. So Matt's been flat out, like I said, over the last few weeks getting the engine done, and him and myself over lockdown really sort of trying to keep motorsport, the identity up and keep things moving along. The car's ready, it's just preheating now, so a bit quieter in here. So yeah, the car's just preheating ready to go because it's a bit cooler today. So I'm going to make sure the engine oil and everything is the right temperature to fire up. So you can see just the 2 guys, which is unfortunate. We can have the whole team, like I said, but you got Dan just bent over there. Give us a wave, Dan. And you got Kieran just on data as well. Give us a wave. So yeah, the guys have really worked hard, and you're limited when you're at home as well to be able to actually come up with something, a test plan when you're not live with it. But they've done a great job to get something up together. So we've got a lot of changes to want to make today as well. A lot of suspension changes, and firstly, we need to make sure the engine is sound, and then and go from there. But again, we're aiming for that. If it stays dry, we're aiming for some quick times at the afternoon. So, I think with the last few weeks of lockdowns and things happening around, and we can stay quite stable with the university, and we don't take any chances. So it's important that in close proximity we wear masks. We go through all the regulations. We got great my workwear masks. So really happy that James has got these for us. And yeah, face shields as well. So we wear face shields when we're close proximity, and so it's basically as we always do. We always go over the top a little bit, but really for the safety of everyone. And setting a standard, which we do throughout motorsport. We try to make a car look good and everything else around it, and that's, I think, really setting a standard for students to go out into industry, and then keeping that throughout their career. We need to make sure that we get the best out of the driving conditions at the highest temperature, especially for the tyres. We're looking at 12 lap runs, so we do 12 lap runs depending on traffic. If there's less traffic, we do. If there's less traffic, we do less laps. If we can achieve the lap time straight away. But with open pit lane, you're going to get a mixture of cars. So we've got some British touring cars out with us today, and some sort of tin top cars. So it's just really making sure we get a gap and get some consistent running. But with a day like this, you take a chance to get your lap time. That's why we sort of set more laps to do as you go along. I haven't seen any F3s. I think we might be the only one here, which is perfect for us. For us, it's again a data gathering sessions really. Obviously we want the lap time out of it, but we also want some data for next year's students, and really prove some theories as well as we go along. So we're basically collect the data from this new engine. We've got some overlays to do as we go through the session today, but really it's now we can go on with students coming into the workshop probably hopefully from next week, socially distance of course, but we've done all the risk assessments from that as well, so we're looking forward to getting students back in, and then really dissect a couple of test days we've had. We've had live data debriefs after the last test and between anyway, so the students are pretty up to scratch of where the car is, so it's just getting hands on it really, and a lot of the hard work was done in a sort of slower build over the lockdown, so it's really then dissecting the car in the right way, finding out the best way to go about next year, and yeah, just getting the best of the team. We've got new students coming in to sign up as well, so we need to start looking at who's on teams for next year, and go from there really. But we've got time this time. The advantage is we've had a bit of time to get things right and make sure that we're happy with going into next season. We're probably the most prepped we have been ever to go into 2021. So what the two guys on the car are doing, they've basically got the laptop. We've got a new engine in, so that means we have to put a new engine map on the engine map that came from the dyno run with that car from Neil Brown Engineering, and so they're just loading up the map on that engine now. So each engine's slightly different, so you need to make sure the knock points are the same and the globals are the same and that sort of stuff. So making sure we're happy and the engine's safe, because as you know, these engines are quite highly strung, and we're making sure that we can keep it in the safe parameters. On a cooler day like this, it's a little bit safer, but when you start getting maybe warm in the afternoon, we make sure we can tune each cylinder as we go. So yeah, the guys are just setting the globals and things and the engine map on there. So again, a process that they've done before, just making sure they're happy and look at the temperatures, etc. We got down there just setting all the tyres up really. We've got a new set of tyres today and a scrub set we're going to start with. When you go out on circuit straight away, you're going to go out on a new set of tyres, so making sure that we go out on the scrubs and we're happy and the circuit's dry enough as well. So it looks like it's drying pretty quick, so we can go out and get some heat into them scrub tyres, and really want to back to back this engine with the other engine we had in last time, and so replicate them same conditions as that last test when we parked it a month ago. So really it's just setting them same parameters and everything, then moving from that point.